What's going on, everyone? It's the Bayou City Report. Checking back in with you with a report from the Houston Police Department, who reported fewer violent crimes, including homicides, in 2022 than the city did in 2021. Now, this is according to Police Chief Troy Finner. Now, in a report presented to the City Council, Finner said that in 2022, violent crime was down in all City Council districts, and homicides in the city were down 9% compared to 2021. Now, the Houston Police Department recorded around 435 homicides in 2022 after recording 477 homicides in 2021. That figure is still higher than the 291 homicides reported in 2019, which is interesting, guys. So, everything is I guess relative. I mean, it's good that the murder rate went down or the homicide rate went down, but still, 291 in 2019, we have a ways to go, right? And even 291 is too much, right? So that figure is still higher than the 291 homicides reported in 2019, when a rise in crime coincided with the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay? The number of robberies has also decreased by 9%, right? From around 7,744 in 2021 to around 7,000 in 2022. Aggravated assaults fell by 8%, with about 1,500 fewer violent assaults in 2022 than in 21. Rape fell by 18% to 227. I mean, one is still too many, okay? Now, keep this in mind. Last year, a total of 26,400 violent crimes were reported in Houston, including murder, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, human trafficking, and the like. Now, in 2021, 28,860 violent crimes were reported, okay? So, I guess violent crimes have gone down, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, I did a video not too long ago talking about how the Department of Justice initiated a new program and the city received funding to combat violent crime in the city. And this happened in September of last year. So we're seeing some of, I guess it was discussed late 21, right, that program. And then it rolled out in 2022, and now we're seeing the effects, okay? Now, Finner, which is the HPD police chief, said that the city's crime stats have improved since the implementation of One Safe Houston. What did I just say, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, One Safe Houston is a $44 million plan to combat a spike in crime brought on by the start of 2022, when the city saw a spike in homicides. Experts say careful research is needed to determine whether police tactics are causing crime to drop or whether the city is following national trends, right, and regressing to the mean. Now, what's interesting is District H, Councilwoman Carla, said she remains concerned about the increase in kidnappings in her district on the city's north side. Now, I've said in other videos that the north side is the rockin' side, okay? I believe the other day we had not a mass shooting, but we had a couple shootouts go on in Greens Point, which is Guns Point. If you're a local, you would understand. Okay, anyway, so her dish is on the city's north side and asked the police department to provide her with more details in a future report, okay? So like I said, this is all relative because if you live in River Oaks, your paradigm is different from when you live in Greens Point, okay, or Acres Homes, or Sunnyside, okay, or any other of these neighborhoods, Southwest Houston, A-Leaf, Spice Lane, all these areas, okay, East Side, Edu, Eastwood, Lawndale, Far East Side, okay, it's relative to where you live. So I would advocate that Carla's concern is legitimate. Finner also said property crimes have increased. Auto theft crimes rose 11%, which Finner attributes to the catalytic converter situation, and that's a big thing in the city, guys. Cat converter theft is just, it's been around in the city of Houston. I've had a couple of associates fall victim to that. So what's interesting here is the increases in property crime have been so great that 8 out of the 11 parliamentary constituencies reported an overall increase in crime last year. District D on the city's south side saw a 10% increase in total reported crimes, mostly due to an increase in burglary and car theft reports. This is something, guys, that you need to be aware of. I'm usually a balanced individual, so while I do like to see that numbers are going down, that's relative to the area that you are in. Okay, let's just be real about this. To generalize an entire city based on a fluctuation in high-level crime stats, I think you're missing plenty of other variables that you have to consider, which would be, District H, Councilwoman's concern, right? The Houston Police Department currently has about 5,100 sworn officers, but in total, the authorized strength of the department is around 6,400 officers. Interesting. We have about, in the Harris County area alone, 5-6 million folks. I mean, I think not just Harris County, but Houston in general. We have about 6-7 million people documented in Houston, but then the unofficial number is around 10, 11, if you ask me. The city's newest cadet class added 61 officers. And Mayor Sylvester Turner encouraged more to join the police force. So that's a big thing, right? There is I don't know if you remembered, but there was a mass exodus of police officers in, I would say, blue states for the most part, that started leaving their relative departments and going to other police departments. Florida opened their doors. There were cops coming to Texas, moving their career down here. But I think overall it's a blended approach. I think there's still some work to be done in the city. It's the Bayou City Report. Hope this is useful to you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm about to check out. God bless. Peace.